Okay, we're going to work exercise 13.3. To start out with, let's talk about these current liabilities. Now, this is just kind of leading up to that exercise, current maturities of a long-term debt. This is the portion of a long-term note that you're going to pay within the next 12 months. So if you have a mortgage on the house, you can think of it like that. Even though a mortgage is definitely long-term, a lot of times they're set for 30 years, you know you're going to be making payments over the next 12 months. Those are your current, that's the current portion. Now, let me go to the next page. Now, sometimes you have obligations that you expect to refinance. So when you want to do that, this slide pretty much sums it up. You have to both have the intent to refinance as well as the ability, right? Now, this is important because you can hear my dog playing. Uh, this is important because you don't want managers having the ability to manipulate the balance sheet by saying, oh yeah, well, we intended to do that, when in reality they couldn't have done it because they didn't have the ability to do it, but they're saying, intention is in your mind, right? So you have to demonstrate it. All right, so short-term obligations expected to be refinanced. This kind of walks you through it. Is the intent there and is the ability there, then you can exclude the short-term obligation and reclassify as long-term debt. If not, then you have to classify as long-term debt. So even if they intend to do it, if they can't demonstrate the ability, then it still gets classified as long-term debt. So this is more of a reporting issue than anything else. Given our creditors and investors the ability to see what the business's true nature is, what the true value and health of that organization is. We finally get to our problem. There's a lot of stuff that dates here, and that's really what you want to focus on is the dates, because that's what really tells the story. December 31st, 2012. So we're looking at the end of the year. They had some short-term debt, 1.2 million. Now this debt's going to come up due in the next 2 months, right? February 2nd. Before February 2nd gets there, the company issued 25,000 shares of common stock. They received proceeds of 900,000, plus they added an additional 300,000 cash to liquidate the debt on February 2nd. Now, at the end of the end of the year, December 31st, they don't have the financial statement ready. That's typical for almost any business. It takes a long time to get those ready. There's audits and there's compilations and gathering information and adjusting entries, and there's all kinds of stuff that goes into these companies. I used to work on this stuff. It takes quite a while. You got to get a lot of senior executives, audits, and board members all on board with what's going on as the stuff's coming out. So it's a lot of moving parts. So what they want us to show how to present this. So again, we're presenting this for the December 31st, 2012 balance sheet, which comes out after all these things occurred. How is it supposed to be shown? Well, we're going to show the notes payable of 300,000, which is the current portion, and then the part that we refinanced is going to be the 900,000. So the part we paid off with cash versus the part that we issued common stock. So that's how it's presented on the balance sheet. Now, it also the slides don't provide, as you can see, the notes, but there is actually a note that should go with this. I'm not sure if Wiley asked you for it or not, but the note explains that as of 12/31/2012, the company had 1.2 million due February 2nd, and then it just kind of goes through. It says we received 900,000 from issuing common stock. We used that, and then we took 300,000 using cash. So it explains what's going on with there you go, with this reporting. I think that should get you through that problem.